Hi everyone, I'd like to introduce you to another game I've just sort of come up with, or maybe it's already existing and I've just haven't seen it. And once again, coming up with a name, I just call it Hodgepodge, because in this game there's just a hodgepodge or just a myriad of ways to create numbers, and it's all about developing that mental computation, number sentences, and working with all the operations. As with all of my other clips, they can all be modified to suit different ages and abilities. I'm going to show you just a few different ways today. You could use just six-sided dice. If you haven't got dice, use cards. And you could just add, you could use adding and subtraction, you can make two-digit numbers and so on. So basic premise is, if I'm playing, I'll need just a chart, good old dice, and some counters. And for this one, you can change it to suit how many people. You can have a couple of players on the same chart if you like, there'd be more results. So the players, so if there's two players, we're going to take it in turns, placing our counters one at a time randomly. So I place one, my partner places one, I place another, till we've got our 10 counters on the chart. I roll the 3 dice and I try and make an equation. I could add the 3 numbers, and the goal is to try and take your opponent's counters. So if I roll the 3 dice and I add them together and my opponent has a counter on 16 and I can make 16, I take that. If I add them up and I can't make a number, I could multiply 2, add the third. I could multiply 2, take away the third. I could use 2 of them to make a 2-digit number like 36 and then add or subtract the third number. A whole lot of ways of doing it. And then in my previous video, I mentioned how the flower principle. We get one way of playing a game, and then we can come up with the pedals, or all the other ways we can modify it. So this is just another way of creating number equations and finding different flexible ways to make numbers. So it's called Hodgepodge. Try and steal your opponent's counters. It could be who's got the most after 5 minutes, or first to steal 5 counters, or first to steal them all. It's up to you. Different rules at different schools. So here's a quick demo of Hodgepodge. All right, here's a quick way of playing Hodgepodge. Just to speed things up, the 2 players have taken it in turns to place their counters alternately on different numbers. That in itself can be a bit of a challenge. Sometimes you might find a child might directly go for number 1. But that opens a discussion. When you roll 3 dice, what are the chances of getting an equation to equal 1? Could be easy, could be a challenge. Likewise, for some of the older children, if they go for 120, what are the chances of getting something there? There are chances, but how often could you get them? So thinking about ways to make numbers. And like for all ages, if you were just adding for some of the younger kids, these are 10-sided, so that if I added them all, 27 is the highest number I can get. Have that discussion. What's the highest number you could get? They could play from here, 1 to 27. You might only use 3 counters each or something like that. Just modify it to suit so that there is some sort of a result. And above all, we want counters to be taken. If it's not being achieved, they'll lose interest pretty quickly. So this one, I'm just targeting this for, say, grade 3 upwards, where they might be able to multiply and subtract. But as I said, change it to suit your kids. So I roll the 3 dice. 4, 7, and 9. Well, I could do so many things. I could just add them. 7 and 4 is 11. I'm green, by the way. 7 and 4 is 11, and 9 is 20. Is there anything on 20? A red? Oh, so close. Well, and once again, you might have a time limit, 30 seconds. They've got to do something in 30 seconds or 1 minute. Otherwise, they might be there all day. I might say 9 times 7 is 63. 63 plus 4 is 67. Does red have anything on 67? No, not quite. I could do something like 47 take away 9. I could say 97 plus 4 take away 4. If my opponent has a counter on the number that I make, I take it. And we just play until someone has the most counters. And once again, take the emphasis away from being the winner. Place the emphasis on even saying out loud what your equations are. Did you notice that I was saying, oh, 4 times 9 is this, plus 7 is that, or 70 9 take away 4 equals, so we're hearing the thinking out loud. So that's how we play Hodgepodge. Hope you enjoyed, everyone. Cheers.